boundaries.
And detachment is always right.
All right. Before I do that, I want to go to the Seattle Storm. And I just want to tell the Seattle Storm fans that you got robbed and cheated out of a game tonight. That was a clear foul. She fouled Flaugier, a total clear foul. They also called a bogus foul on Awa Pham. That was not a foul. I don't know why Sonia didn't challenge it. I don't know what she added challenges I think that's because she only had a transition take timeout. And so that's why she didn't challenge that one on Awa Pham. That was not a foul. That was absolutely bogus. They completely robbed and stole that game away from the Seattle Storm. It was absolutely cold-blooded. They sent Caitlin Clark to the free throw where they gave her 19 free throw attempts. That's more than the entire Seattle Storm team had. And they were getting fouled crazy. And they were just turning a blind eye to the fouls on Seattle. But it doesn't matter about the points she got or just the stats in general, because it was, listen, Seattle, you're getting better and all of that, but it's not like she's putting those points up against the dominant teams of the league. So like I told you guys yesterday, the devil would do this for her. I swear to God, I'll pull up the receipts. I told y'all this yesterday when I went live, and I said the devil is going to give her a big game. That's how the devil reels you back in. That's how he's able to keep the sloppy, messy negativity going. That's how he's able to help her win the PR war. Whenever Caitlyn is losing her fans, losing following, whenever she looks bad to the public and the public is turning on her and they're turning their back on her and she's losing in that way, the devil will always give her a huge game, or she'll force something by either faking an injury, by doing something and saying someone stalked her. She'll go to the post-game presser and cry and complain about something, literally shed tears, or her face will turn red, and you'll just be, oh, Caitlyn, oh, Caitlyn. And that's how she's always able to lure you, to reel you back in. I swear to God. I told y'all that yesterday. I told y'all that last year. That's just what the devil does, where he does it all of the time. And so what this does, this keeps you on board, okay? And what this does, this emboldens and gives confidence to her evil, horrible fans, where they can go on social media and mock and tease everyone and make her look superior and everyone look inferior. Okay, and they can keep on with their racism and their trolling and all of this nasty stuff. And they could keep pushing these narratives, and they can keep making her black teammates look terrible and her black peers in the league look terrible. And all this does, this keeps all of that stuff going. Okay, remember, the devil uses Caitlin Clark for messy negativity, nasty, toxic crap. That's what he uses her for. No one cares about the devil or Caitlin Clark if they're not interesting. So I told you the devil gave her a mesmerizing game. She is the apple, but the apple has been injected with cyanide. That's all it is. He gave her a mesmerizing game in a distinguished, unassuming, innocent looking body. And it was to lure you in, young and old, male and female. And every time the public, the masses are turning on her because of some horrible things she said, some horrible things she's doing, or horrible things being done using her name, image, and likeness, and she's mum about it. She's not saying anything about it. She's letting it fester and spread, okay? And she's getting a lot of heat from it, and it's a PR nightmare for her. She'll do several things. Number one, the devil will always give her a big-time game to lure you back in. That's number one. And then the other thing is that she'll somehow make it about her, where she would try to win back sympathy and to turn the tide and boost up her little approval ratings. She does this all of the time. So it'll be some form of an interview, something where she's going to cry, or she's going to be sad and melancholy and all of these things. You'll be like, oh, Caitlyn, oh, Caitlyn, oh, Caitlyn. Okay, or during a game, she'll fake a massive injury where she looks like she's being attacked or she's the victim of something to win back public support, or she'll exaggerate an injury or fake an injury to be out of sight, out of mind, where you could then forget all of the horrible stuff she started, all of the horrible stuff she allowed to fester, to metastasize, and she'll duck and she'll hide. Because if she feels that if she's out of sight, out of mind, eventually all of that stuff will calm down and you will forget that she's a troublemaker. You will forget that she throws stones and hides her hands. You will forget that she's complicit in all of this nasty, corrupt drama, mess, racism, negativity, bullying, death threats, division, all of this stuff. You will then forget because she's out of sight, out of mind. You will also forget that she's shooting terribly from the perimeter. She's shooting terribly from the field. She's turning the ball over. She's committing fouls. She's getting chopped up on defense. She's being terrible to her coaches. She's being terrible to her opponents, terrible to the referees. You will forget all of that stuff because she faked an injury or exaggerated. She embellished. And she's out of sight, out of mind. I want you guys to remember this. And I should have made this video earlier because I was going to warn you again what was going to happen. Caitlin Clark ducked Kennedy Carter and she ducked Alyssa Thomas. Okay. And the devil is so weak. He's such a punk and a coward that the devil loves to try to beat up on people or in this case, teams where it's easy for the devil to flex, for the devil to shine. She always shines against Seattle. She always does good. Well, sometimes against terrible teams, but mainly Seattle. Where were you? Listen, and another thing, you robbed the public and future fans of this league of the battle, the rematch between Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark, because you ducked Kennedy Carter because you was scared you was going to get beat up or you didn't want to go through that type of physicality, and you ducked her. Okay. Then you ducked Alyssa Thomas. You ducked Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, especially Alyssa Thomas. Okay. Then you come back from duck and you robbed the public of that type of matchup. Okay, you robbed them of seeing that type of rematch, okay? Because you were scared, you were hiding. You didn't want none of that physicality from Alyssa Thomas, and you didn't want any damage with Kennedy Carter. You ducked both of those games, both of those players. You only came back when they were out of the way, and you didn't have to deal with those two women. Okay, that's literally what you did. And then all of a sudden, you're complaining about minute restrictions, right? So clearly, you were exaggerating your back injury or wasn't injured at all, and you were just ducking to begin with, okay? So I want to say this, and it's the same thing with Becky Hammon. You cannot rob the public of something so special, and when something was going so good for someone, because you're arrogant, you're thin-skinned, right? You're self-absorbed, you're self-centered. You're just a terrible person like Becky Hammon. Rob Kennedy Carter of 6th Woman of the Year. Rob Kennedy Carter of an all-star appearance. Rob Kennedy Carter of even potentially, being scoring champion, because she could have got scoring champion coming off the bench. You robbed Kennedy Carter of that because of a thread of Kennedy Carter saying Becky need to take the leash off, and so you got rid of her, okay? And said you're not even going to talk about it because she's not on the team, and you threw her under the bus and allowed that narrative about her to continue, okay? Like, that's what you did. You're a terrible person, Becky Hammon, right? So the universe, God and his righteousness and positivity, the angels and their righteousness and positivity, karma, will never allow you to get away with that. You can't rob and snatch something, glory from someone, because your feelings got hurt, because you all in your negative emotions, okay? Because you're a thin-skinned, conceited, corrupt, terrible human being, okay? And her teammates were terrible, except Cheyenne Parker. Because if Asia wanted Kennedy, Asia and Chelsea and Jackie and Jewel Lloyd all would have went to Nikki Fargas and Becky Hammon and said, no, keep her. They didn't fight for her. That's why she unfollowed all of them except Cheyenne Parker. Okay? These are jealousy, nasty, disgusting people. That's who they are. And in the universe, God and his righteousness, the angels in their righteousness, karma, okay, it won't ever forget. Or you can call it the basketball God. Won't ever forget, Caitlin Clark, that you ducked Kennedy Carter and robbed the basketball world of that rematch, of that moment, because you were scared that maybe perhaps Kennedy would have been too physical with you, and you wanted to avoid all damage with Kennedy Carter, and you exaggerated, embellished, or faked a back injury to sit out that game. You also robbed the basketball world of a rematch between the Fever and the Phoenix Mercury with you on the court. You robbed them of that because you was ducking damage. That's what you did, because you are a punk and a coward. And you only came back against the teams where those two women were not a part of the arena. And that's when you decided to come back, okay? Aaliyah Boston sits this game, and what does the devil do? Let me go ahead and let her get big numbers. Why? So I can reel you back in. You want to know why? Because a lot of people were turning their back on her and walking away from Caitlin Clark. They didn't want none of the drama. She was ghetto, trailer park, trashy, nasty, nasty with her mouth, her language, how she attacked that referee verbally. She attacked the Latina referee and even bucked up against the Latina referee like she wanted to swing on her. She's punched the scores table, ignored her head coach, snatched the towel from the towel boy, a negative, nasty person, and a lot of people didn't like it. On top of the fact you were shooting terribly since you got back, and start blaming it on the fact that you need to rush shots because they're only giving you a few minutes, which means you're an immature hooper. You're not a high IQ hooper. You're making it all about yourself. So you were losing support. Your approval rating was in the latrine. So I told y'all yesterday what the devil was going to do. I say Caitlin Clark approval rating is in the toilet. It's in the latrine. Guess what the devil is going to do? He does this all of the time when she's losing the PR war. The devil gives her a huge game. It lures you back in, and it emboldens her sycophants. It emboldens her worshipers, the negative, nasty people. So they'll go on YouTube, clowning people, worshiping her, propping her up, making her look superior, making all of her teammates and her peers in the league look inferior, especially black women, somehow making it about her and not Kelsey or her other teammates or her head coach, right? And so it gives them more content, more fodder, and more fuel to be more corrupt and negative. It's the same thing in the Twitter spaces. It's the same thing on social media. Literally right now, all of her evil racist fans and sellout black and Asian and non-white fans are being mean and cruel and rude to black people, to regular WNBA, to original WNBA fans, and sticking it to the Seattle Storm, even though the Seattle Storm was robbed. What does Caitlin Clark says? I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. All this BS after she started all of that drama. Damn near got Kathy Engelbert fired when Kathy was minding her own business, and you the one that violently hooked DeWanna Bonner's arm and then walked behind DeWanna Bonner cussing at her, and then Sophie Cunningham jumped on it for clout and then provoked DeWanna Bonner to anger, and then Maisha Hines-Allen said, I want in on this, and looked like an idiot tap dancing. And then what do? You go to the bench and you call Alyssa Thomas a bitch, clowning her, laughing at her, calling her a B with Lexi Hall. That's what you did. You started all of that mess, and then because of that, and you exaggerated and embellished with 2 seconds in real speed, squirming and squealing on the ground because reprisals were staring you right in your eyes with that loose ball. You were so terrible that you just threw the ball away because you wanted no damage with Alyssa Thomas or DeWanna Bonner, who you just started all of that trouble with. And so they took still shots and slowed down the video and even made AI imagery of it to make it seem like Alyssa Thomas literally had her fist on your windpipe, and that is a lie. Kathy Engelbert said I'm not suspending her because that chick started everything, and if you watch it in real time, that thing lasted barely 2 seconds, and her fist was never on her freaking windpipe. That is a damn lie. And if you watch the other angle, she never kneed her in the crotch either. That is an exaggeration. That is someone who couldn't believe that recompense was staring her right in her freaking pupils. Okay, and that's the God's honest truth, right? She is a punk. She is a coward. She is a devil. And I told y'all that's exactly what Satan would do. I swear to God, I made that video yesterday, went live. These videos are up. I think I made 2 videos yesterday. Go watch them all. And I told y'all what the devil will do. I said Satan is going to give her a big game because he always does that. And it's going to lure and reel you right back in to keep the drama flowing, y'all. That's why I did the cover photo this way. I got her head attached to a wand that Satan is using, and that is his sleight of hand. That is how he's able to manipulate and beguile and deceive and infiltrate and indoctrinate and corrupt, right? And to spread that disease all around. I told y'all that that's what happened. Okay? I'm not shocked. This is what he always does with that chick. And when she's losing the PR war, okay, if Satan somehow decides, you know what, that game, I'm not going to give her a great game, which is rare. But what happens that, what does she do, y'all? She'll fake an injury to get out of sight, out of mind. She'll exaggerate an injury to win back sympathy, and you could voice your displeasure or ire at her teammates, coaches, or opponents, and somehow make it everyone else's fault except hers, okay? Or she'll whine and become melancholy and put on this sad act, to whomever is interviewing her or at a presser with her face is red and she's down and melancholy and all the, oh, Kaylin, this league doesn't deserve you. Oh, Kaylin, get her out of there. They're tearing her apart. She's losing her spirit. Get Kaylin out of there. Rescue Kay. She does this that's the devil, y'all. That's the devil. I told y'all that this would happen. Now, for every last one of you trying to flex, you can't flex. I swear to God, I told y'all he was going to do this. So you can't flex. Why? Because Seattle is statistically one of the worst teams in the league. So this isn't a flex because you can't do it against a good team. This also isn't a flex because we had a game this year where 2 women scored over 40 points in the same game. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the LA Sparks and Kalia Copper played against each other. Kalia Copper played against Kelsey Plum and the LA Sparks, and Kalia Copper got over 40 points and Kelsey Plum got over 40 points in the same game. You also can't flex because Marina Mabry scored 53 points. Okay, you also can't flex. The last time I checked, Asia Wilson put up over 40. You got several women this season who score 40 or more points. Okay, right? So no, this isn't a flex to me. Because it's against a team that is at the bottom of the league. The referees had to send you to the free throw line and gave you 19 attempts, okay, while also cheating. You fouled Flaugier. That's number one. Our fam never fouled Monique Billings. That's number 2, okay, right? And then they weren't calling all of those fouls when they were fouling Dominique Malonga and our fam and Flaugier. They were right. So once again, referees are corrupt. Okay, period. It's clear that some of them was betting on that game. That's a fact. But anyway, that's what it is, y'all. So to me, it's not a flex because I've seen Marina get 53. I seen Kalia Copper get over 40 and Kelsey Plum get over 40 in the same game. I seen Asia Wilson get over 40. What are you talking about? This isn't anything new, but also, once again, boundaries and detachment, CFWB, GOD, BAD is always right. What did I tell y'all for 2 straight years in a row? And I reiterated it multiple times this year. What did I tell y'all? I said, when this league expands and they increase the roster size, there's going to be talent dilution and product degradation. And your major superstars will stand out. They will have games where they would get over 40 points, 50 points. Someone would even score 60 points because of talent dilution and also coaching turnover. There's too much coach turnover in this league. So you're getting coaches who are not really ready to be professional basketball coaches. Your roster is now diluted with talent because of the rapid expansion and the increased size to your roster. And on top of having product degradation, meaning Caitlin Clark, I literally told y'all this 2 years in a row, she's going to have a game where she's going to score over 40. I say Angel Reese is going to have a game where she's going to get 23 or 28 rebounds. I say Asia Wilson is going to have a game where she'll score well over 50 or 60 points. I told y'all that these things will happen. Your superstars, because they're playing against inferior talent right now because of talent dilution, and they're playing against incompetent coaches or coaches who are underdeveloped. They're not ready to be head coaches. You will see your players who used to dominate in college. They're going to finally have these breakout, dominant, powerful games. I told y'all this 2 years in a row, y'all. And it is going to get worse when they get to 18 teams. Right? Why? Because the NCAA doesn't have the talent pool, okay, to make the WNBA substantial. Okay? They don't have the talent pool. The WNBA has to go overseas to fill those spots with women who've been hooping since they were 14 professionally. The problem is that they don't have the athleticism or the physicality that these women do in college in the States. So they might be more polished with their low post moves, high post moves, face up game, efficiency. Okay, but they're not going up against, their competition isn't as athletic, isn't as physical, or isn't just as physically gifted as American players, even though these American players in college aren't as polished as these women overseas. So you will have international foreign players more polished and skilled, okay, right? But there will only be several of them who will stand out. The rest of them will fade out a little bit. Okay, they will fade into the background, and it would take them a little bit of time to develop to get right, but they'll fade to the background. Okay, so the problem is that you're going to try to flood this league with a lot of international players and hoping that a lot of them stand out, but only a few will stand out. Okay, right? And then you have to dip into college. The problem with college is that they don't have great developmental coaches in college. Okay, and these coaches have them in rigid systems or sloppy systems, and they don't want to change anything, and they don't want to have these players to venture out to become more dynamic, because these coaches don't want to lose their jobs, and they don't want their assistant coaches to lose their jobs, to upend their lives, and they got to move away and find somewhere else to stay. And so they refuse at times to truly develop these women, to make them more versatile, or to change their system to give them a more pro-ready system. And so what happens is that because you don't have coaches willing to train these women to be pros, even Kim Mulkey said it's not, Elisa Bluter said the same thing. It's not my job to develop them for the pros. Okay, and that's Kim Mulkey said that, Lisa Bluter said that. That's just the way it is. And so what happens is that you get the WNBA drafting a few quality players who have a professional game. And then the rest of these players are role players, or they're women who need to be on development contracts. So that's when they have to run overseas, or they got to keep older veterans around. That's why Alicia Clark is still in this league, and Emma Cannon and Erica Wheeler and other older players. That's why they're still around, because the talent in college isn't good enough yet. Okay. Right now, you do have those who stand out, like Juju Watkins and Hannah Hidalgo and AZ Fudd and all of these other ones, right? They'll stand out, but the rest of them, they won't stand out. Okay. But also part of the problem is that these teams don't use their resources to scout non-P4 teams or low-level P4 teams. Okay. They don't scout HBCUs. They don't scout anything from Division II. They don't scout JUCO. Right? They're scouting the top tier teams, okay, or if someone truly stands out from a lower level program. This is why you see Katie Denenbeer had to retire, and she went to do something else, even though she was one of the best point guards in the country. This is why Maya McDermott went to do something else, I believe, in the medical field, and she was one of the most promising point guards in the country, right? This is why. So this is one of the reasons why these players, he's like, what happened to them? This is why Izzy Higginbottom, one of the most dominant players in the country, okay, as a combo guard, dominant really on both ends, is now an assistant coach. Okay, this is why these women, this is why they do this. Okay, this is what happens. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is, because these teams are lazy. They don't want to use their resources to scout certain players, to scout certain teams. Okay. And because of that, things get ruined. Things get ruined. And there's a lot of talented players who miss out. There's a lot of talented players who miss out. This is another reason why for 2 years I was preaching to you guys about Kaylee McDonald from Fairleigh Dickinson University. You guys never heard of her in your life. And I was preaching about Fairleigh Dickinson University for 2 years. I was preaching to y'all about Kaylee McDonald. Okay, one of the most beautiful women in the world, and one of the best shooters in the country, and one of the best on-ball defenders and help defenders. And she's arguably the strongest player in women's basketball. She's arguably the healthiest player in women's basketball, but yet one of the most beautiful women in the world. Okay. And I tried to tell y'all about her. So what happens? Fairleigh Dickinson University faces Iowa in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And Fairleigh Dickinson got robbed. They should have won that game. And who turned that game around? Kaylee McDonald. Okay. And Kaylee McDonald should be a second round pick. Me personally, I would take her in the first round, but being pragmatic about it, I think that a team should take her in the second round. Well, they're not going to do that. You want to know why? Because they don't follow Fairleigh Dickinson University. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why, right? So you would say, well, why are you talking about this, right? Because I'm telling you what's going to happen. Talent dilution, product degradation, And then your superstars from college who used to put up big time numbers or give you elite production, okay, they'll finally have those games in the WNBA. Why? Because of talent dilution, because of coaches not ready to be head coaches, and product degradation. So they'll have some of these big games, okay? This is why, as some people would say, you might want to take this with a grain of salt. This is inflation. This is not impressive to me because I know basketball and I know women's basketball and I know this league. This isn't impressive to those who truly understand basketball and women's basketball. This was going to happen. Okay? This was going to happen, you guys. So listen, man, but I told y'all, that's why I did the video that way. I made that quick video. Boundaries and detachment is always right. And as the devil holding a possessed demonic Caitlin Clark head on his wand, and she's speaking with this satanic woman female voice, okay, and she's sucked the souls right back within her. So you see these souls swirling or trying to leave. And because of her performance, this magic trick, she brought them right back in and she sucked them right back in. And then you see her eyes light up red. That gave her some power, right? And she says, boundaries. And then it goes to the devil. And detachment is always right. Because I told y'all this yesterday. I literally told y'all this yesterday, man. Well, now it's midnight. So 2 days ago. Okay. And it's just that I told y'all. And then I got to make videos saying I told y'all so. Right. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things, man. And people don't learn, man. People don't learn until it's too late. People don't learn until it's too late, y'all. Until it's too late. And then that's when they want to start talking about it, right? That's when they want to start talking about it. It's like, oh my gosh. He was right. He called it. I'm just like, listen, all y'all got to do is listen and stop being a bunch of haters. And then what's going to happen when she's trash again? See, these people are so delusional, right? In their minds, they think that, oh, this is just going to continue. No, it won't. You understand? Now, yeah, will she have another big game again? I'm pretty sure. But no. So what's going to happen next game when she's trash? Then they're going to find a way to blame it on Stephanie Kelsey, or they're going to find a way to blame it on Aaliyah Boston, right? They're going to come out with this BS saying that the Fever are much better without Aaliyah Boston. Oh, it was Aaliyah Boston holding all of them back. They're going to find a way to say that. Okay. You're dealing with nasty, negative people. That's what the devil wanted. He wanted the terrible, horrible narratives to continue to further cause division and finger pointing and all of this nasty stuff, right? That's what he wanted. So now they're going to come up with narratives and lies saying that the team is better without Aaliyah. Perhaps the Fever don't need Aaliyah, trade Aaliyah Boston and somehow only make this about Caitlin and not about her teammates. You can't win a game with only 40 plus points. That's not happening. Okay. They won't talk about her turnovers, and she had 5 turnovers, and you saw that if you look at the WNBA app, they only gave her 4 turnovers. She literally had 5 turnovers. So they've done it several times with her, right? It's disgusting. That's why you got to go back and watch the game. Those were flat out turnovers. So they won't talk about her turnovers. They won't talk about how she allowed 22 points on defense, okay? 22 points. At halftime, she gave up 12 points combined. By the end of the game, Caitlin allowed 22 points. 22 points, y'all. Okay, and then they said that was the biggest play of the game on Flau'jae. That was a foul. She fouled Flau'jae, hit Flau'jae on the arm and hand. Okay, that was a clear foul, right? And then they called a bogus foul on our fam. Our fam never fouled, but Sonya didn't have. All she had was that reset timeout, and that was it, right? So and then like I said, you gave her 19 free throw attempts. So me, I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed. Well, I told y'all. So, yeah, remember I was telling y'all about Lauren Ross from Purdue Fort Wayne. I was telling y'all about Lauren Ross for a couple years. Okay. One of the greatest 3-point shooters in the world. And for whatever reason, the WNBA didn't draft her. Why? Because they're not paying attention to Purdue Fort Wayne. And she shoot threes off the dribble nasty, off of hezzies and everything. She shoot them from deep. One of the best three-point shooters in the world. And for whatever reason, and anytime when her last year with Purdue Fort Wayne, even when they played Kentucky, going up against Georgia Amore that year, what did she do? She put up good numbers. She had a solid, good game. So, like, that's what that is. And she's not new to playing against great teams. I mean, she came from Michigan State. But so you'll see them ignore players like Lauren Ross. How is it possible that you didn't scout Purdue Fort Wayne? That you didn't know about Lauren Ross, the greatest three-point shooter in the world. You didn't know about her. And the fact that she could shoot them off dribble at any moment. And you didn't draft her. And so now guess what Lauren Ross is doing? Because the WNBA isn't paying attention to her. These teams aren't paying attention to low-level schools. Even though some of their best players in the history of the league come from low-level programs, small programs. Okay, guess what Lauren Ross is doing, ladies and gentlemen? She's an assistant coach. The best three-point shooter in the world is now an assistant coach because the WNBA doesn't care to scout low-level teams. Katie Denenbeer, one of the best point guards in the country on offense and defense and facilitating. She used to have some very good games going up against Caitlin Clark as well. Okay, played for Drake. She now decided to go into whatever she was majoring in. That's cold-blooded because the WNBA wasn't checking for her because they don't care about Drake. Maya McDermott, okay, who was recruited by top-tier schools, decided to stay home and go to UNI. One of the best point guards in the country, a true combo guard, and the WNBA wasn't checking for her because she went to UNI. And she had big games against Caitlin and big games against major teams. And the WNBA didn't give a damn. It's the same thing they did to Hannah Stalky. Now Hannah Stalky has to play in Italy or somewhere. And last time I checked, Hannah Stalky had a game where she scored almost 50 points. Okay, so the WNBA says, screw you, Hannah Stalky. Screw you. Everything you did, your rebounds, your block shots, your steals, your points in transition, your points in a low block, your slashing, your driving. Screw all of that, Hannah Stalky. We don't want you because we believe that all of that was because of Caitlin, and that's cap. That's a lie. Hannah Stalky was recruited to be a wing and a stretch four. She was recruited to be a wing and a stretch four. Hannah Stalky got handles. Hannah Stalky got hezzies. Hannah Stalky got punch dribbles. Hannah Stalky got snatchbacks and step backs. Hannah Stalky could make threes. She could shoot off the dribble. And she has very good court vision, as many of you saw even when she was playing with Caitlin Clark. She has great court vision. Okay? Right? Hannah Stalky was literally recruited by teams to be a wing and a stretch four. And Lisa Bluter relegated her, turned her into a basic back to the basket, slashing, rim running four. And so the WNBA punished her for what Lisa Bluter did, even though she dominated in that role Lisa Bluter gave her. So now Hannah Stalky has to take the long route and go overseas when she really earned the right to be drafted. The same with Maya McDermott, the same with Lauren Ross. The same with Katie Denenbeer. Okay. The same with Anastasia Bodareva. The same with Jerkayla Jordan. And that is just wrong. It's just wrong, right? So, like, that's what you're dealing with. So, am I impressed? Am I impressed with this? Absolutely not. Because, number one, I told you it was going to happen. And then number two, it's against Seattle. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Seattle, but it's against Seattle. It's one of the worst teams in the league. Okay, I don't care that they've been in a lot of close losses. I don't care. They have 6 wins. And they have a coach who is currently right now way in over her head. She's not quite there yet. Now, maybe next year she'll figure it out, but she's not quite there yet. So none of that is impressive to me. And when you have the officials on your side giving you 19 free throws and not calling bogus fouls on your team, and not calling the clear fouls on Indiana. Okay? So when I see you being assisted by the officials, and clearly that's what Satan wanted, I'm not impressed. And it's against Seattle. I'm just not impressed. And it's against a league that has talent dilution. I'm just not impressed. And I told y'all this was going to happen. And I told y'all 2 years straight that you were going to see games like this because of expansion and increased roster sizes. So like none of this is surprise. This is something new to y'all because a lot of y'all don't understand basketball and y'all don't know women's basketball professionally or collegiately. Okay? Or international basketball. I do. So that's why I'm able to always be right. And I don't care how that sounds. He's arrogant. Shut up. I told y'all this is going to happen and it happened. Y'all just some damn haters. You understand? And like, that's what that is. So let me go through the comments real quick. Let me just see. The foul calls for Caitlin Clark was a bit much. If they called the touch fouls for her, then they should call it both ways. See, the refs caused us, lost the game. Great game, ladies. Can't take the challenge home with you. Yeah, Chin's so proud of you, ladies. Once they learn how to close out games, should have challenged that foul. Yeah, on our fam. I guess she could have challenged it. Yeah. I thought that she didn't have any timeouts, but she had that reset one. Yeah, future is so bright. And these are people knowing that the team was robbed. And they're just trying to keep the women's morale high, keep their spirits high. But it was clear that they got robbed. That was clear. They got completely robbed. And so, like, you see the trolls in the comments and all of that BS with Caitlin and that little devil troll right there, this chick who screwed her boss. Yeah, you know, all of that done. The chick who claimed she got baptized and then had her booty cheeks out at UFC. The little dirty devil right there. And so, like, yeah, like, that's what that is. Yeah, you see that the ref cheated, all of this stuff. It's disgusting, y'all. So I just wanted to show some love to Seattle. And there's no reason for me to go to Indiana. Y'all already know what it's going to be. The worship, the blah, 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 blah. All of that BS. You know, yeah. So, like, it's just one of those things. Y'all already know what it's going to be. The BS, the worship, all of that garbage. Blah, 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 blah. This is pointless, y'all. I'm not doing it. Oh, and by the way, at halftime, they were hating on Kelsey Mitchell because they were mad that Kelsey Mitchell had better numbers than Caitlin Clark, right? So they were hating at Kelsey. They were hating at Kelsey Mitchell after the first quarter and halftime, especially after the first quarter because they were all mad that Kelsey Mitchell had better numbers than Caitlin Clark. And they was like, yeah, she got zeros in every other category, though. Even though Caitlin Clark, by the end of the first quarter, had 3 turnovers and had already given up like 9 points, 9 or so. I think at that time she gave up like 12 points or something. Like they were just scoring on her at will. Basketball is more than just offense, people. You got to play defense. Okay, you have to play defense. You have to take care of the basketball. You have to be great in the 50-50 hustle phase of the game. All of those things like that, okay? It's more than just scoring and passing. It's more than that. And so she had a multitude of turnovers. She was getting chopped to pieces on defense. And she had 3 steals, but those steals weren't on-ball steals. It wasn't like she was literally defending her opponent and stole the ball as her opponent was driving or trying to do a pass. Those were off-ball steals, right? Where they just fell into her lap, okay? Or she played the passing lane, and those aren't on-ball steals. So that's not impressive to me, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. But like I said before, this is a moment where the devil allows the evil, wicked people who follow her, who make money off of her, who help spread the negativity. This emboldened them. So the podcasters and everyone else, this is terrible what happened. But he does this all of the time to keep the mess going. And it emboldens her. Even now you got Congress on your side. You got Fox News and Donald Trump on your side and blah, blah, blah. So now she'll be even more rude. She'll be even more cruel and mean-spirited and try to be a little terrorist and a bully and all of this stuff. This just emboldened her even more. This enables her to be even more toxic and evil, dog. And the devil just sit back and smile because he uses her to further division. Okay, and that's what this is. So then But like I said before, the devil always lose. The devil never wins. The devil always lose. So what's going to happen? Caitlyn is going to have some terrible games, some piss poor games. They're going to be pointing fingers, blaming a bunch of other people. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So then I got to do what I got to keep doing. Exposing everyone, telling the truth about this chick and the devil, letting you know what's going on, okay? And then, like I said, I'll make a video saying I told you so. When she gets injured, when she's having terrible games, okay? When she's spreading these diseases of negativity and division, I'll just keep making videos saying I told you so. I told you so. I told you she was going to get injured and it was going to be a serious injury. I told you she was going to suck and she would have all of these games where she's pure trash. I told you that she would spread more negativity. I told you so. Like, this is what it is, y'all. Right? Like I said, that's the devil always lose. You say, well, how? Well, he gave her a huge win tonight. Yeah, but it also validated everything I said. Right? It also validated everything I said. And now it lets you know that I always tell the truth and that you need to start listening to me. I told y'all yesterday he was going to do this, and that's what he did. Okay? Right? So what I'll do is that I'll just keep exposing Satan. I'll keep exposing Caitlin Clark. Okay? And I'll be making videos saying I told you so. I told you so. Whenever she gets injured for the rest of the season or for a long, long period of time, I'll say I told you so. When something bad happens to her or to someone else because of something she did and didn't stop, or something she allowed to fester and wouldn't do anything about it, I'll say, I told you so. All right. When she flips out on her coaches or teammates or other players or referees again, okay, and it doesn't apologize and all of this stuff and bad things happen, I'll say, I told you so. Okay. I'll say, I told you so. Like, that's just what it is. That's just what it is, man. Listen, it's going to be messy. It's going to be messy. And they did this earlier this year when she had a few good games, put up some big numbers. What did they do? They ran a social media clowning black players, clowning black women in general, or black people in general, propped her up. They start calling black women thugs all over again, even harder. All of this stuff. That's just what it is, y'all. So that stuff isn't going to stop unless she's out of this league or she's out of sight, out of mind with a nasty injury. I told y'all this last year. I said, oh, we got to get her up out of here. And I said that before the season started. I made 3 videos before the season started. I said, Caitlyn is either going to have a season-ending injury, she'll have multiple injuries, and then a season-ending injury, okay? And the other option is that we'll take her superpowers away from her and make her suck at basketball. All 3 things happen, okay? I said, as long as Caitlin Clark is in this league, okay, you will always have negativity and bad, horrible things will happen. She will erode and tear the league down. Okay, she will bring nothing but bad crap to this league. And all that negativity, all those STD fans she has, all of those horrible fans she brought to this league. She's going to tear this league down, get her out of this league. All money isn't good money. All ratings isn't good ratings because it comes from Satan. Okay, so you're supposed to reject that, resist the devil, and he will flee from you, y'all. So right before the season started, I made 3 videos and literally all 3 things happened. She had multiple injuries, a season-ending injury, and she sucked at basketball. Then what did they do? They started to prop Sophie Cunningham up and worship her and tried to use her to make black women and her black peers look inferior and tried to make everything about her. I said, we got to get her out of here. They're making her their grand wizard. I said, we got to get Sophie a season-ending injury. Boom. Next thing you know, Sophie is out with a season-ending injury. Then they tried to do it with Chloe Bibby. I said, no. We got to get Chloe up out of here. Chloe going with a season-ending injury. That's just the way that it is. I told y'all this season, you will see injuries. But then I was like, damn, man, let me go to this tree and say a prayer, this special tree we have here. Let me say a prayer for the boom, boom, boom. And then I was like, as I'm praying, God is resisting it. Like, don't pray for these people. These are terrible people. Don't do it. But I still prayed, right? But God was resisting it the whole time. And so I told y'all, I said, listen, man, sometimes when God is whooping people, you got to move out of the way. And he clearly didn't want me praying for Caitlin Clark or the Fever in terms of their health, because he was resisting me the whole time. I just did it anyway. I went live and did it live where people were watching. And And so I regret saying that prayer. Now, I don't regret the positive things I said about Stephanie and the team, because I also was at the river and I told you guys before the season started, all of this negativity they were spewing. And I said, what if God did what he did in 2025, remove Caitlin Clark from the equation and made the Fever have another successful season without her? Right? All of this crap they're talking about Stephanie White, they're going to have to eat crow all over again. They're going to look really stupid. That video is saved right now. Okay? That video is private. And a matter of fact, I'll make it public when I'm done. And so like, that's what I said. So like, that's what it is. That's what it is. They're talking all this crap about Stephanie. What if God gets rid of Caitlin Clark and make the Fever shine again without her? Okay, it's like really simple. So like I said, well, I'm telling you right now, anytime you have this type of negativity, God will prove himself. Okay, either God is going to allow these bad things to happen based off of prophecy, or God is going to show you that he truly is a positive, good, honorable, righteous God. Okay. And he also judges. He will also judge, and he won't let these things happen. And you can't confuse him with the devil or Satan. You can't mix the two. Right. So there should be no question in your mind who you serve or what kind of God you serve or you believe in. Okay. You can't mix the two. You can't contaminate God with the devil. And right. So either God is letting this stuff happen for prophecy's sake. OK, or God is going to show you, no. I'm not with any of this. I clearly see what's going on. This is some bad stuff. This is very toxic. It's messy. It's nasty. It's negative. There's no good that can come from this. This is some bad stuff with her and around her. With these podcasters, these YouTubers, these people on social media, in a Twitter space, on TikTok and Facebook groups, even people in attendance, even the government. This is bad. And she's a terrible person. She's a terrible. No, I cannot let this stuff happen. Right. So he's right. So there's options. There's options for the creator. There's options. Now, either Caitlin Clark retires and leaves basketball, leave the WNBA, or Caitlin Clark has to continuously get injured, or she has to get a career-ending injury, a season-ending injury, or take her superpowers away from her where she's just not good at basketball at all anymore, right? She's just not good. Those things have to happen, okay? Those things have to happen because Caitlin Clark could apologize to every player in the WNBA, past, present. She can do all of that. Okay. It doesn't matter because as long as she's in the league, these disgusting people will be around and they will hurt people in different ways. And so you got to get rid of her. I don't care if she apologizes. She's still a negative. That negativity is all around her. It's not going to leave. Those people aren't just going to miraculously become good, righteous, wholesome people. Dignified, civilized people. That's not what's going to happen. So you have to remove her. You make her terrible at basketball. Either she retires, you keep giving her multiple injuries every year, a season-ending injury every year, or career-ending injury. Okay, because she can apologize and pretend that she's a good girl all she wants. They're going to find some way to be negative and to hurt people. You could send her to the Sparks and they're going to find some way to disrespect her teammates or coaches at some point. They're going to create rumors and narratives and all of this garbage. You could send her to Portland. You could send her to Toronto. It don't matter. They're going to bring their negativity there. When things don't go her way or their way, they're going to blame everyone else and create rumors and narratives and fallacies and and falsehoods and and innuendo, all of this crap. That's what's going to happen. So she's a negative person. She attracts negative people. You have to remove her from the equation. You have to remove her from this space. You have to remove her from the WNBA. And if she goes to another league, she's going to bring those STDs there to whatever league she goes to. And when things don't go her way, okay, they're going to blame everyone and bring their toxicity to any other league. She's a terrible person. So God just really needs to remove her completely or just take her game away from her, make her terrible at basketball, give her a career-ending injury,
That's really the best thing to do. Give her a career-ending injury. Or just every year, just keep giving her season-ending injuries or multiple injuries. Or retire. Or just make her suck at basketball. Those are some of the things you can do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all this last year. Before the season began, I told y'all what God will do. He got that chick up out of here. He gave her multiple injuries, then he gave her a season-ending injury, and by the way, he made her terrible at basketball. I literally said that was going to happen, and it happened. Then they tried to prop up Sophie and make her their grand wizard to clown black women in the league. And I said, we got to get Sophie up out of here. We got to give her season injury. I swear to God, I was live and I said that, boom, Sophie's gone. They said, we got one white woman left. Let's do that with Chloe Bibby because they didn't give a damn about Lexi. Let's do that with Chloe Bibby. And boom, I said, nope, we got to get Chloe up out of here with a season-ending injury. I swear to God. And then Chloe was gone with a season-ending injury. It would have been serious this year had I not went to that tree. It would have been severe had I not went to that tree live streaming and put my hand on. That's a special tree that y'all don't know about. It's a special holy tree. Had I not touched that tree and prayed on that tree, it would have been even more severe. But God was resisting it the whole time. That's why you've been seeing these some of these little injuries pop up. Okay. Had I not touched that tree and prayed on that tree, it would have been super severe. Severe, extremely severe. Okay, right? So yeah, that's really what I got to say about that situation, man. And I don't care if people, man, that's you. I can't believe you're wishing those things on people. You never wish good things on bad people. You never want to wish good things on people the devil used, on vessels of the devil, on willing vessels of the devil. Caitlin Clark is a horrible, terrible, evil, wicked person. Okay, she's a terrible person, and you don't wish anything good for her. You don't wish anything good for the devil who's using her. Right? That's how you defeat him. That's how you get him up out of here. Listen, when you recognize, I told y'all, you should know a tree by the fruit it bears, y'all. Your idiosyncrasies, your pattern of behavior, your conduct, your breadcrumbs, the DNA, the paraphernalia, the evidence. Okay, all of that is telling you that she's a terrible, horrible person, and those who follow her 8, 9 times, really, they're all just terrible, horrible people, unless there's some innocent little kid or some innocent old lady or some super lady or one man in church where they're just innocent people. They don't know what's going on social media. But everyone else are evil, horrible, terrible people being mean and cruel and rude to people and hurting people in different ways. And she lets it goes on and doesn't say anything about it until it's a PR nightmare for her. And then when she says something about it, she's not pointed. And then she's dismissive in ways and she's disingenuous. It's not authentic. She doesn't even care. It's just a PR move from her to pick up her approval ratings, if you will. That's what that is, y'all. So you have to recognize those things and you got to get them up out of here, y'all. Right? So you ask for injuries to someone like that. Some of y'all can't do that because you don't have that type of connection with the creator. I can, right? So I can say stuff like that and then it'll happen because me and my creator are one. So I can mention to the creator different things and you'll see it happen. Like I told y'all what would happen yesterday and it literally just happened. But some of y'all don't have that connection with the Father, so things won't happen for you like that. And it just won't, but I can. Okay. And like, that's one of the things. No, I recognize who the devil used and I recognize that she's a willing vessel. I recognize she starts trouble, that she throws stones and hide her hands, that she's a troublemaker. I recognize these things, so I don't wish anything good on her. I also recognize that the devil is using her, so sometimes he'll give her a lit game to keep you on board, to keep the division going. I understand that, dog, so I call it out. You're a terror. I'm never in my life, boy. I recognize who the devil is and where the devil resides, and I'm getting rid of him. Okay? And if that got to be through injuries, let's get it done. If that has to be through making her game terrible, making her suck at basketball, let's go. Let's do it. Okay? End of discussion. That's how it is. I told y'all about Sophie, and boom, there it is. And you see, what did I tell you? I said the devil uses Sophie to antagonize people, to piss people off, to irritate people. Okay, to troll people, to make you angry, to make your blood boil. Okay, that's what he uses Sophie to troll, to irritate people. She's an irritant. Okay? He uses Caitlyn to cause division, to cause chaos, negativity. That's why he used this. What he uses those two women for. They're willing vessels, right? Didn't y'all see Sophie try to go viral again and trying to keep it up? What made her popular? She's Caitlyn's enforcer. Do you see what she did to the black referee? Caitlyn ran up in her face, and then Sophie touched the referee by blocking Caitlyn. And like, what are you gonna do to the referee? Mind your business. Mind your business. She's trying to always look for a moment to go viral, and she loves doing it to black women because she knows that the MAGA base, and that's what the white people want to see. Even though Sophie, according to some people, is messing around with black dudes underneath the table, on the humble, on the hush. She's sneaking around with black dudes underneath the table. Okay? But that's so she, like the black police officer in Atlanta. That was by design. That was planned. She did that on purpose. She knew what it would do, that white people would love it because it make the white woman look more superior than a black woman. White people ate it up. They loved it. She loved that whole 3 milk stuff. She know that has racist undertones to it. She loved it. She ate it up. They never heard Lexi, Caitlyn never said anything about it. They don't care. That's what it is, right? She loved what she did to DeWanna Bonner. She knew white people would eat that up. She tried it again the other game, running up in the black referee face, pretending that she's Caitlyn's enforcer. She knew white people would eat that up too. Right? I told you those are two devils. Those are two devils. And it's wild because Sophie didn't used to be like that, but Sophie gave herself over to Satan. Right? This was huge for Sophie, the game from Caitlyn, right? Because if Sophie gets to look more lit, if Caitlyn look lit, then Sophie can keep attaching herself to Caitlyn, and that's proximity. When Caitlyn suck, it doesn't benefit Sophie. If Caitlyn is pure trash, it doesn't benefit Sophie unless Sophie is trying to fight people for her, but it doesn't benefit Sophie. So now that Caitlyn has a lit game, Sophie can really connect herself to Caitlyn, and it can help blow up Sophie even more, right? This is negative stuff, but that's what the devil does. The devil is using Caitlyn and Sophie Cunningham, especially Caitlyn, to cause all of this division. He's using Sophie to be an irritant, to be a troll. Okay, and that's what's going on, and I'm calling it out, and I'm pointing it out to all of you. Okay, and that's just what it is. And then I'll keep making videos saying I told you so. I'll keep making these videos saying I told you so. Right? So you can doubt all you want. All you're gonna do is look like fool, look like idiots, look like clowns. Because I'll go right on YouTube saying I told you so. I told you this would happen. It's literally happened. I told y'all this would happen, and it's happening. Right? Man, I don't like him, man. I don't like you either. Get the hell up out of here. He get on my nerve, boy. You can never get close to me to get on my nerve. Shut up. He make me sick. Good. 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 I hope you sneezing and coughing too. Shut up. The hell up out of here, you hater. So yeah, anyway, let me get to this game. That's what I got to say about it. He get on my nerve. You dummy. You can never get close to me to get on my nerve, you idiot. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to break this down for you, what I'm doing with this dynasty in particular. This is my favorite dynasty that I've played since, obviously, 2025. And I would honestly just say this is my favorite one. And it's only because of what I was able to do to get the players I have. Now, my team is like 90+% 3 stars. I have no 4 stars. So I got a few 2 stars and everyone else are 3 stars. I got 24 3 stars recruited. And then I got some other ones from the portal. So you say, well, damn, how did you do that? Well, what I did is that I didn't keep anyone who wanted to be kept. So what I did is that I won the national championship my very first season in 2026 with Eastern Michigan University, my favorite school in real life, IRL. And I did that because I cheated, essentially, right? So I edited 12 generic players, and I made them all in the high 90s and made them elite. Now, I did that for several reasons, right? Is it cheating? Not really, because it's my dynasty. But technically, in a way, I guess it is cheating. I didn't like it. That's why I didn't keep any of them. But I had to do it only because they don't allow you to create prospects anymore. Okay. So because they don't allow you to create prospects anymore, you have to create players yourself. And that means so what happens is this. Let me show you something. So up until 2025, you got to go back to NCAA 14. They used to let you create prospects. And you had to try to recruit these prospects to come to your program. Sometimes you were able to get them, other times you weren't. And what it did, it made the NCAA, it made that dynasty mode more competitive, more talented, more rich with talent if you weren't able to get those guys. Okay. And then the AI would generate prospects based off of that algorithm. Okay. So you would see a 6'4" cornerback. You would see a 6'5" free safety because you created those type of players. And if they're successful, the AI would generate players like that. Okay. Well, they stopped allowing you to create prospects in EA College Football 25. They didn't let you do it in last iteration, and they don't let you do it this iteration. Okay. So what happens is this: you go to rosters, right, at the main menu, and they'll have generic players on the team in place of players who didn't get a deal done with EA Sports. They didn't get a name, image, likeness deal done to get in the game for whatever reason, and so they filled out those roster spots with generic players. Those are the players they will allow you to edit. Now, this is where it's not technically cheating. You gave me a bunch of generic players because you couldn't get a deal done with these real players for whatever reason. Am I supposed to let my team suffer because you created a bunch of generic, terrible players? They gave Eastern Michigan 13 generic players. That means 13 guys in real life didn't get a deal done with EA Sports. And so you decided to make these dudes in the 60s or the high 50s. And you think that I'm supposed to put up with that? No. So what I did is that I edited those dudes. Now I made them too good. And I did that on purpose. You're not going to give me 13 dudes in the 60s or the low 50s. That's not going to happen. So I edited those dudes and we won a national championship. But here's the thing. Last iteration in 2026, EA College Football 26, Eastern Michigan only had 3 guys who didn't get a deal done with EA Sports. So they only had 3 generic players. So I was only able to edit just 3. In 2025, they only had 1. So everyone IRL from Eastern Michigan University got a deal done with EA Sports except one person in 2025. So I was able to edit just one person in 2025. In 2025 and 2026, you had teams where everyone got a deal done. You couldn't edit anyone. And you had teams where only one person did, or maybe 3 people did, or maybe 5. This iteration, EA Sports College Football 27, the Florida Gators have like 16 people who didn't get a deal done with EA. That's 16 generic players on the Florida Gators. On my team, 13. 13. I don't know what EA is doing, but they need to figure something out. So is it cheating? Well, because I boosted them to be in the 90s, yeah, technically. But am I supposed to allow my team to have 13 dudes, 13 generic dudes in the 60s or low 50s? How is that fair to me? How is that fair to me that I'm supposed to just accept 13 generic players and you got them all in the 60s or the 50s? That's not fair to me, right? So, no. Is it cheating? I guess you could say it is, but it is what it is. Anyway, I didn't feel good about it. So I didn't keep any of them. All of these dudes were in the 90s. Let me tell you what the game did. Some of these dudes were so dominant I mean, they were supremely dominant, right? I mean, my freshman got 25 sacks. I made him so dominant that the game decided to kick him out. Okay? The game removed him. It kicked him out of Dynasty. He was too talented. So they kept some of the dudes that I didn't keep, and the other ones, they just removed them from Dynasty Mode because they were just too dominant. So that's kind of wild to see that. But so what happened as a result of me not keeping these dudes, I had all of this name, image, likeness points to work with. So I could have used some of that to fix my facilities, which can help lure in recruits. It can also help you with recovery, wear and tear, injury prevention, all of those things, right? Well, I didn't even touch any of that because I know how to keep my dudes fresh and healthy. So I don't need to do my facilities really, unless I'm trying to lure in a recruit. So I had all of this Neil stuff to spend. I mean, so much of it, it was crazy. So all 13 of those dudes were gone. Okay. Then I had 15 dudes who either transferred and then some other ones who graduated. Okay. So I went and I recruited 24. Well, I recruited a lot of 3-stars. I was able to keep 24 of them. And then I was able to get some 3-stars in the portal. And so my team is absolutely innocent. Okay. Oh, no. That's Bo Reese. This is one of the dudes that I created. Yeah, these 3. But this is old. No, I didn't mess with him, just these 3. This is okay, let me fix that because I want to show y'all the real roster. Let me show y'all something real quick. All right, so I wasn't supposed to do that. Let me go to download center. I want the real. Where we at? Not that. Hold up. I want the real roster. Should I do manage files? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me go to official. All right. So I want to show you, because all of you can do this. You can literally edit these. Now, they won't let you edit anyone who got their faces scanned. Anyone who got a deal done. They won't let you touch them. So watch this. So let's go to rosters. So you see this? Now, I'll show you something. Now, you see him? They won't let me edit him because he actually got a deal done with them. So you see that? You can't touch his ratings. You can't do anything. Hold on real quick. All right, so yeah, like you can't do anything. You see that? Except change their gear. That's it. If these dudes got a deal done, they won't let you touch them. Look, I'll show you him. You see that? Look, they won't let you mess with anything. You can't touch them. You can't edit them. You can't do anything. You can't change their name, their school, their dominant hand. You can't do anything. These all real dudes who got a name, image, likeness deal done with EA Sports and got scanned and all of you can't touch them. But you'll find out that there were a lot of guys who didn't get a deal done. So I'll show you. This dude right here, this is a fake created generic dude. Okay? Right? Hold on real quick. hold on. Yeah, this is a fake dude, right? Some generic dude, because one of their quarterbacks didn't get a deal done, so they replaced him with this fake dude. So watch this. You press on him, go to edit, and you could do whatever you want to do with him, except they won't let you change his school. So you see, you can go to ratings, you can do whatever you want to do. You can give him the greatest awareness, you can do whatever you want. You could change his height. You can't change his face, but you could change his height, you could change his weight, his body type, you could make him whatever you want to do, right? You could change his name, you could change his number. Now, they'll let you change his number once you get into Dynasty. At the main menu, they won't let you change his number or his hand. They won't, I don't care what, they won't ever let you change his school or his hometown, but they will, but they will let you change his dominant hand, his number, and all of this. Once you get to Dynasty mode, you could change the number and the dominant hand, okay? But at the main menu, you can only change the name and the position, the rating, all of that stuff. Now, when you get to Dynasty, they'll let you change his styles, like his running style, his throwing motion, all of that. But at the main menu, you can just do player bio and rating, apparel, appearance, right? So you see he's one, that's one. All of these dudes are real dudes, except for him, okay? There's a running back, him right here. So this is a fake dude, all right? So they weren't able to get all of Eastern Michigan dudes in real life, so they created a fake running back. So I'll show you. See that? You can switch him up, you can change him, you can make him whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do with him. So you guys get it. There's 13 of these dudes on Eastern Michigan. Florida is crazy. Florida has the most I've seen. Florida got like 16. I swear to God, dog. Florida got like 16, y'all. 16. I don't know what was going on with the Gators. I don't know why they couldn't get a deal done with EA Sports. But there's like 16 dudes on the Florida Gators that you can do that to. Now, what happens is that there's no way you could keep all of these dudes, right? Let me go to play. Let me go to Dynasty. All right. So there's just no way you could keep all of those dudes, okay? So you got to let them go. You got to let them go. The beauty of it is that it makes Dynasty mode more rich with talent. That's what I like about it. That's not fake, because you used to make Dynasty mode rich with talent by creating prospects. They don't let you create prospects. They took away that feature. So you got to do it yourself, right? So that means that you could edit freshmen. You can't edit anyone who got their face scanned. You can't. But once you get that new recruiting class in, you can edit those players, okay? You can edit all of them if you want. And so, but let me show you. See this dude right here? Let me go here. You see him? Mitchell Jordan. You see Mitchell Jordan? I created him. He was my quarterback for Eastern Michigan in my first season, right? I made him just like Michael Jordan, but I called him Mitchell Jordan. I mean, I made him identical like Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan was playing quarterback, that's how I made him. But I called him Mitchell Jordan. I gave him number 5 because 2 + 3 is 5. They switched his number to 13. So he's leading in the Heisman. I could have kept him. I had enough money to keep him. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't feel right about what I did. Technically, it's not really cheating, because was I supposed to just accept 13 generic dudes who you had in the 60s and 50s? So, but was it kind of cheating? Yeah, it was. So I didn't like it. I didn't like that. So I didn't keep any of those dudes. So they're just spread out on other teams. And he's one of them. So I'll show you. You see him? He's 6. Now I had him 215. I had him 6'6", 215. At Texas, he's gained weight. But I had him at 6'6", 215. So like you could see. Now, I didn't have him a 99 and everything. So he's improved since he's been in Texas. He's improved in a lot of that. But you could see, like, yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it right now. Yeah, he's improved. He gained weight. I had him at 215. Now he's 221. I didn't make him a 99 and everything. He was in the high 90s, but not a 99 and everything. And now look at it. So he's filled out. I could have kept this dude. I just didn't keep him. Yeah, like that's what it is, man. I'll show you a dude that they kicked out of the game. Watch this. Check this out. Let me show you. They kicked him out of the game because he was too talented. He was too talented, y'all. So they kicked him out of Dynasty Mode. Watch this. Let's go to season, national. I want you to look at Eastern Michigan University. You see this dude right here? I called him Ron Peterson. He was a defensive end, y'all, that I had weighing like 220 or 230. He's 6'7", 220, 230, with like a 97 speed, a 95 acceleration, a 95 change of direction, a 97 spin move, and I had him a 95 finesse move, a 93 block shed. I had him like a 95 pursuit, a 97 stamina. Like, so this dude never really got tired. He was the fastest defensive line to ever, defensive end to ever exist. And I gave him like a 75 zone. I gave him like a 80 something catch. So he was too dominant. Look, he got 25 sacks. He got 25 sacks, y'all. So guess what Dynasty Mode did? They kicked him out of Dynasty Mode. He's nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found on any team. They kicked him out of Dynasty Mode because he was too talented. Yo, man, this game is crazy. I could have kept him. I felt bad, y'all. I felt bad. I was like, damn, dog, I don't like that. So now all of these dudes are just regular dudes. So you can see. You see this right here? Hold on. Damn, where we at? Let me see. Y'all see? Okay, so I run a pro style offense. Now I want you to look at the ratings. You see my quarterback, he's a 68. My wide receiver is 74, 74. My right tackle is 76. My right guard is 75. My center is 78. My left guard is 77. My left tackle is 76. My tight end is 73. My wide receiver is 75. Some of these are dudes I kept. Some of these are portal dudes. And then some of these are freshmen. And then you go to my defense, I run a 4-3 zone. You can see my right end is 76. My defensive tackles are 77. My left end is a 76. Cornerback 77. Weak side linebacker 77. Middle linebacker Mike 73. My strong side linebacker Sam at 81. My cornerback Johnson is a 76. My other strong safety is a 74. My free safety is 78. These are just regular dudes. Some of the dudes are actually Eastern Michigan University players in real life. Some of these dudes are guys I got from the portal. And then some of these dudes are freshmen I recruited. These are just regular dudes. None of these dudes are edited. And that's why I said I love this one so much. I love this one so much because I did it the right way. I don't play on Heisman because Heisman to me is I don't like it. I just think it's kind of fake. I played on Heisman plenty of times before. I just don't like it. So I do All-American. I do 8-minute quarters with no accelerated clock because you get true to life stats that way when you play. And if you look at my coach, you see my coach, I called him Major Wright, Coach Wright. I built him to be like Paul Brown, the coach of the Cleveland Browns. He's the founder, the coach of the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. He was known for his innovation, everything he brought to football, from communicating with players through their helmets to watching film to the sled. So much stuff is because of Paul Brown. All of this, the reason why you watch film today is because of Paul Brown. The reason why you could record practices is because of Paul Brown. The reason why you could communicate to your quarterback and your middle linebacker through their helmet is because of Paul Brown. He created all of that. So he's obviously the creator, the owner
of the original creator or owner of the Cleveland Browns. So they named him after him. His name is Paul Brown. So you get the Cleveland Browns, and then he also created the team, the Cincinnati Bengals. That's his team. That's his franchise. He started that franchise, the Cincinnati Bengals, as well. So I wanted to create Paul Brown, but not call him Paul Brown. So I called him Major Wright. I made him look very formal, like Paul Brown, with a suit, a tie, and all of that. I made him look like Paul Brown, and I made him innovative. So if you you look at scheme, we do pro style generic, and we run a 4-3 zone. That's what we do. And you go to edit, and you go to coach info. You go to info, and that's when you can see classic demeanor. I use a play sheet. Adaptive AI is mad scientist. My no huddle is conservative because I want us to be judicious, which is why my offensive aggressiveness is only a 60. And then my defensive aggressiveness is only a 75 because I want us to be judicious. I knew that I wasn't going to have all of this 5-star talent, and I wasn't going to keep all of these creative players. So when you have a bunch of 3-stars, you have to be careful with them. You don't want them to be too aggressive because they're going to make mistakes. But you don't want them to be ultra conservative because they won't be aggressive enough. So I want y'all to huddle. I don't want to do this crazy no huddle stuff. Take your time, build your stamina up. Offensive aggressiveness, this is a great balance for a bunch of 3-stars, 60-40. I think this is great balance, 75 for the defense. And then my dynasty point strategy is to recruit and to retain, right? And I think this is the perfect defense to run, which is a 4-3 zone, okay? Because it keeps eyes on the quarterback. It keeps eyes on running backs. So we're able to see and hit instead of getting caught off guard. And then obviously we do pro style, right? So I'm able to do plays with my running back, my fullback, 12-man personnel, all of these things like that with that pro style offense. I'm able to get under center. And so I just think this was the right thing to do. And because of that, now I want to show you, because I'm just dominating teams with a bunch of 3-stars. And so there's people who was watching my other streams that thought that I was cheating, and I'm not. Look, so if you go to Dynasty Central and you go to league settings, as you can see, I'm on All-American. I'm on All-American, coach firing on, XP, career, basic stuff. I didn't even mess with this. I just kept it career. I know I probably should have. What is simulation? Simulation, balance, coach progression, best for players who want a realistic pace while still seeing steady growth. Across career is authentic long-term. Yeah, that's what I want, career. So as you can see, injury on, right? Manual progression, XP, I kept that at what it was, right? All of this, 8 minutes with no accelerated clock because you get realistic, true-to-life stats when you play. I don't have coach mode enabled. I like coach mode, but I wanted to play it because I knew if I went to coach mode, I would lose a lot of these games. So I wanted to play it. I got wear and tear on. I kept everything where they had it at 50. I turned down transfers from 20 to 15 because there's no way teams could have any sustainability where there's 20 people transferring every year on top of players graduating or getting drafted. There's no way you can have true sustainability. And that wasn't fair to low-level schools, okay? So I turned it from 20 to 15. So then I had to do some research because I said I didn't want to cheat. So I researched what is the max transfers per team in the NCAA FBS. And there is no max transfers. There's no minimum. There's no max. So I was like, oh, this is just what EA did. This is just what the developers did. The devs was like, oh, let's do 20. Okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating and I was doing this the right way. So in real life, there is no max and there is no minimum.
EA just set it at 20 because they felt that's what fair would be. Nope, 15. I think 15 is fair, especially for small programs, right? You mean to tell me 20 people can just leave on top of players graduating? How in the hell are these low-level schools supposed to have any sustainability? How are they supposed to build a program? So no, I turned it down to 15. Now all of this is where they had it. All of this is where they had it. Except, you know, auto progress, all that. I do private. Yeah, that's just what it is. So when you look at these scores, you can see I'm 13th. So like, it was like, damn, you're 13th. Yeah, let me show you, right? So let's go to this. So if you look at the schedule, I scheduled 4 P4 teams for my out-of-conference schedule, my non-conference schedule, 4 P4 teams, one of which was ranked 24th, Northwestern. So as you can see, I got P4s, I got Big Ten, I got SEC, I got ACC, right? And like, that's what it is. And you see the score, how I blew them all out. I blew them all out. This is me playing All-American, no cheating, a bunch of 3 stars. I knew if I scheduled 4 P4s and they didn't have to be dominant P4s, but one of them needed to be ranked, that if I blew these teams out, and you see I'm all on the road, if I blew these teams out, they would move me high in the top 25. And it turned out to be true. That's why you see me in the top 25, Eastern Michigan, ranked number 13. Now you can see my overall for my team is a 77. My offense is a 79. My defense is 76. There's nothing special really about my team. You understand? I just scheduled the right way. I scheduled the right way. And I had to blow these teams out to impress them. And that's what I did. Okay. Now, for some of you who want to look at the roster, you go to depth chart, as you can see. Now, these 2 dudes, I didn't want these 2 dudes, but I had to. Well, this dude was already on my team. I had to because I see they're pocket passers. I want pure runners. Okay. Now I had to get him because I needed a quarterback. You see, if I didn't get him, I would only have 2 quarterbacks. I was forced to get him because I wasn't able to get the pure runners I want. I want pure runners or dual threats. But I had to do what I had to do. So as you can see, these guys are really a 68. You can see they improved. So there's that. And these are real dudes. Okay, you can see he's a senior. So I can press on his name. You press, hold on, press A, right? Okay. Then you go over to where it says more, go down to edit. And you can see this is a real dude. This is a real dude. You see that? Can't touch him. He's a real dude. You can't edit his ratings. You can't do anything. Okay? You can't change his height, his weight. He's a real actual dude, right? And it's the same with him. Bryce Button, he's a real dude, right? So you can't mess with these people. Now, I could edit him because he's a freshman, but I didn't want to do that because I want to be realistic, so I didn't even touch him. So, yeah, you see Travis Blackwell. I think I got him from the portal. As you can see, he's a real dude, right? And he's going to win the Heisman. He's a 77 overall. I guarantee you I'm going to win the Heisman. I'll win the Heisman, right? Now, look. Now, I made him a captain, too. So, if you look. Oh, okay. Where did I get him from? Damn, where did I get this dude from? I got him from somewhere. Let me check his stats real quick. Hold up, y'all. I got him from a portal. Let me go to his stats. Where can I find his stats at? On here. Yeah, here it is. Where did I get this dude from? No, I had him last year? Interesting. I thought I got this dude from the portal. Well, anyway, I never used him anyway. I never used him last year. As you could see how I never used him in my first season, except maybe one time, I guess, because he broke one tackle. I was using my created player. I had a created running back. I was using him, a running back I edited. So you can see I didn't even know about this dude. I thought I got him from the portal. Wow, okay. All right, so he must have been one of those dudes who didn't get his face scanned, because I never even knew I had this dude. I thought I got him from the portal. Wow. Yeah, I thought I got that dude from the portal. Anyway, he's going to win the Heisman. I'm going to get him to win the Heisman. And this is a real dude right here, as you can see. Yeah, see that? You can't touch him. That's a real dude. That's a real dude. That's a real dude. And even my starters, you could see I never touched this dude. I swear to God, I thought I got this dude from the portal, because I don't even remember this dude from last season. I don't even remember him. But if you go here, now he's improved since I've been playing with him this season, but let me see some. Yeah, this is just who he is. It's just who he is. Never touched this dude. Never touched him. It's just who he is, right? You can see his injury at 80. If I created him, there's no way I would keep him with an 80 injury and only an 83 toughness. I would have made that injury in the 90s, that toughness in the 90s. I would have made his stamina in the 90s. Like, I would have made him a good kick returner, and I would have made him a good pass blocker and all of that stuff. Like, nah, this is just the way he was, right? It's just how they made him. You understand? So, anyway, let me move on. Yeah, these are all real dudes. Like I said, you can't mess with any of these dudes. These are all real dudes, y'all. All real. I think I got a freshman. No, that's my quarterback. Yeah, you can see I don't really have any. Okay, that's my fullback, right? Yes, that's my fullback. Yeah, all of these dudes, y'all. You see, all of these are just real dudes, man. You see these seniors and juniors. Yeah, these are just real dudes. Okay, there's a freshman. And you can see, you see what I'm looking for is height with a little bit of weight, but I'm looking for speed rushers. But I need you tall with a little bit of weight on you, anything from 230 to 250. That's what I'm looking for. And so you see I got him. He's a 66. I could have edited this dude. I never touched him. He's not even starting. He's not even second string. It is what it is. I thought I had another one. I guess I didn't. Yeah, I got a lot of dudes from the portal, man. I got a lot of dudes from the portal. So my interior lineman, I want you to be tall with a lot of weight, and I want you to be pure power dudes. So my edges, I want them to be speed rushers and tall with a little muscle to them. My interior linemen, I want them to be either gap specialists or pure power, tall with a lot of weight. I had to keep this dude. This is a real dude right here. But I think I got him from the portal, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so these are all real dudes. Just regular dudes, y'all. Y'all see this? Look at this. That dude 5'10", 288. That's a regular dude. That's just a regular dude who exists in real life. Yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah. And now my linebackers, I had to get the thumper. I didn't want him, but
I'm looking for lurkers or signal callers for my linebackers, but I want you to have a lot of weight to you. I was forced to get him because I had to get a mic, and I lost some of those freshman mics, so I was forced to get this dude. But now I could have edited his weight. He's a freshman. I could make him 250, 6'5". I didn't touch him. I left him alone. Right? I left him alone. Didn't touch him. It's what it is. Yeah, it's what it is. You know what I'm thinking? Those 24 3-stars, I think they counted the portal dudes with that 24. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm looking like, where's all the freshmen at? And I'm seeing red shirt freshmen. I'm like, where's all the freshmen at? So I'm thinking that, well, here's a freshman out here. And there's a freshman right there, but I'm starting to believe that I think they were counting the portal dudes with the dudes that I got. Because I'm like, where's all the freshmen at? So let me go to freshmen. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are red shirts, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, listen, y'all, swear to God, I had 24 3-stars. So I'm guessing they were including the freshmen and the portal dudes. That's what I believe it was. So it was the freshmen and the guys from the portal. All right, so that's what that was. But anyway, you guys can see the highest rated dude on my team is at 82. That's the kicker. That's Aaron Childs. That's my real dude in real life. I'll show you. Okay, I made him a captain. That's a real dude right here. See that? Can't touch him. Can't mess with his ratings. That's a real dude. It's a real dude. So he's the second highest rated dude on the team. Then my kicker. Go to my kicker. I made him the captain of the special teams. Look at the kicker. Real dude. Real dude. Never mess with him. Can't touch him. Real dude. Right? Like, that's what it is. So I'm bringing all this up to say I'm just super proud. I think this is my favorite one. This is my favorite because I truly, truly did it the right way. I truly, truly did it the right way. So this is my favorite Dynasty in a long time. Because even on Dynasty, on College Football 26, I edited dudes. Those 3 dudes, I edited those 3 dudes in 2026. In College Football 2025, in College Football 25, they allow Eastern Michigan have what? 1 dude you can edit? 1 or 2 dudes, and I edited that dude. So is it cheating? Yes and no. But this one, this is just my favorite, right? Because even when I recruited on College Football 25 and 26, I would edit some of those dudes. My freshmen, I would edit them. I would give them better stamina, better toughness. I would make them taller. I would make them weigh more. I would make them stronger, faster. So although I was successful and I was winning and all of that, I still never really respected those dynasties. This is the first time since the old NCAA games where because you could create prospects. So this was the first time that I've actually played a real dynasty where there's no edited freshmen, there's no edited players, right? So this is my favorite. 2025, I edited dudes. 2026, I edited dudes. Now this one, this season, 2027, this my second season, this is a pure season, y'all. Pure, innocent, pure. right? So I love this, and then I'm dominating. That's why I'm in the top 25. I'm dominating, y'all. Look, I'm ranked 13. I'm freaking dominating. I'm murdering these teams. Look at that schedule. Look at that. 34-6, 49-14, and they were ranked 24th when I beat them. 51-3, and then 35-3, and this is all at their stadium. P4, 4 P4 teams, y'all. So, and I just feel great about it. I feel great about it. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to it. 57 degrees, my first home game. Y'all can see Travis Blackwell, 679 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. This dude will get the Heisman. If Mitchell Jordan don't get it, he's going to get it. Travis. Look, we're averaging 42 points a game, averaging 500 total yards per game. We're mainly a rushing team. We're only allowing 6 points a game. We're only allowing 54 passing yards a game, 54 rushing yards. So when you look at these numbers, you would think I'm cheating, and I'm not. I just showed y'all everything. I'm just doing it the right way. And then I use a field level camera view because I'm able to see gaps better. I'm able to see lanes better. I'm able to see my wide receivers a lot better. And so I don't use an overhead camera view, right? I use a field view. So I'm just able to see things a lot better that way. All right. And so I'm going to turn the microphone off and just play. And I'm going to try to finish out the rest of the season. Since it's the weekend, I'll try to finish out the entire season and just get this done in one video. So crowd pattern, go green. It's 50-something degrees, so we'll wear all green. Black primary. I'll keep Sacramento on what they're in right now. Now, what I do is that I play offense only. I simulate the defense, or I spectate the defense, or I'll super sim the defense, because I'm trying to get these games over with. So I'll only play offense. I'll let the AI play the defense. So I'll super sim the defense. So, all right, let me turn this microphone off. That's it.
This is Ryerson Stadium in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Action hits full stride with this conference opener. It's the Sacramento State Hornets and the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Catching up with the Sacramento State head coach before the game, bringing his team in on the road against a very good team, ranked in the top 25. They have everything it takes to compete. This is a big matchup that fans are excited to see, but he said we have to execute early and eliminate mistakes at the line of scrimmage. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The offense starts in the shadow of its own end zone. Running back searching for a hole. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Right back to it. Finding some room. He'll be stopped at his own 23-yard line, but he's got enough to move the chains and pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Blackwell. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He gets it up to the 34-yard. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
To the air on second down. Pocket breaking down. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Makes the grab. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. 3rd down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pocket to pick up that first.
Maybe a crease. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. Eastern Michigan surgical on offense right now. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. On the run, it's Blackwell. Stop is made at the 36. Let's call it a 5-yard gain and a first down. The Eagles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Eagles back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Right on target this time. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Eastern Michigan will line up with a 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He might want another play. Looking to fire. Back's got it. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Using his legs, it's Blackwell. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. That's the end of the quarter, and Eastern Michigan has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Back to the ground with the running back. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The Eagles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Blackwell. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Complete out of the backfield. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy bangs through this 60-yarder, he'll be the toast of the team. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on first down. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Running inside. It's Blackwell. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And he's going to get it up to about the 20. Eastern Michigan's offense takes the field to get this drive started. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Bring in the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Let's see what he can do with it. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the... Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Power football with the run. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
And the Eagles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Eagles go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
Hey, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush them.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. First up, a look at Michigan, taking on the number 7 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Wolverines coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And this group is finally able to get into the win column after starting 0-3. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Back now to your game in Ypsilanti. The numbers sometimes can be telling, but I'm not sure how to view these stats and get a great read on the game so far. I do know this. The team that does a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half has the best chance of coming out on top. And just like that, let's send it back to the guys inside the factory.
And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Eastern Michigan going fast.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Out of the backfield, he's open. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Under fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Looking to throw for it. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And the try is no good. After that. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up. There's a crease. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. Eastern Michigan has moved into the red zone. Wants to throw on 1st down. Touchdown, Eagles! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Still caught, and he's got room. The 20. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Eastern Michigan will line up with a first and goal. Trying to run, it's Blackwell. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. And whistles as we stop play. A man down, they'll check on him. This is a money play on third and goal. Gonna run it, it's Blackwell. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes second and 13. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. That's the end of the period, and Eastern Michigan has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. The run inside. It's Blackwell. Knocked down immediately. They tried to surprise him on third and long with the run, and nothing doing. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That nifty return sets up. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. They feed him again. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got his man on the right. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease to the left. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Wilkins. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And the punt will hit it. Eastern Michigan's offense takes the field to get this drive started. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The give as they work on that clock. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Quick handoff. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Ball at the 38, the defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This field goal try to make it a 3-score game late. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. The give to the tailback. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. They go right back to him. Got enough for the 1st. He works his way past the 1st down marker, and that will put this one away. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. You see this kicker not only needing to generate power, but lining it up from the left hash, a 59-yard try coming. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe. Welcome to the venerable Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Eastern Michigan Eagles and the Toledo Rockets. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Well, guys, I did check in with the Eagles head coach pregame. This team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ranked to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Eastern Michigan's offense will get first crack at it today. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. Quarterback may change this route. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a 4th down conversion. And the Eagles will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. At midfield, he's got room. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Eastern Michigan surgical on offense right now. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the 1st down.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
So much change of direction. He's down to the 23. They're setting the tone on this opening drive. 10th play coming here on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Absolutely center cut. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And it looks as if we're going to get a timeout here as a man is shaken up. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Picks up the 1st down. And they exploited that soft spot and they get it down to the 35.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches, I'm getting a first down. I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
The Eagles have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Blackwell. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Off play action. Gets rid of it. It's complete to the left. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. It's 1st down from the 11. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Blackwell. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Eagles.
And the offense gets 7 on that drive. And I tell you what, man, like, they got 3. They got some good momentum going, continued the momentum, creating some big plays. Palmer, this offense feels like right now, early in this football game, that they're in control, that they know what they want to do, and the defense is reeling a little bit.
Yeah, the defense needs a stop bad the next time.
Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Could be an alley. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. He's got 93 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. And the Eagles come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Quarterback making adjustments. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He makes a fair catch just... They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. He leaves it with the back. Found some space and crosses the 10 out to the 11. It's a pickup of 6. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Right back to the well. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No, sir, no mas. Get it together.
How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
That's really good discipline by this defense because they've...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Tries to get it on the ground. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Got enough for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice game. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
It's complete to the right. And he got it oh so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be fourth down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Trying to get it to the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, you're seeing this more and more often in college football with the analytics and everything else, but 4th and inches, they decide to go for it, and they pick it up on the ground.
You know, I really think it's a smart move, too, because why just give up and hand them the ball and give the defense a boost of morale that they really didn't earn?
Yeah, and I like the decision, too, based on who their personnel is and what their identity is as an offense. They want to be physical and control the line of scrimmage. It's a good call.
Back to pass on second down. That's caught. It's Wilkins. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to power their way ahead. Here's a little room there. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Eagles kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And that's a big 3rd down stop for this defense, but they can't relax, right? They've done this a couple of times already, and they've converted 2 for 2 on 4th down. So this D's got to be ready. They got to be physical on this 4th down, and they got to get a stop. They've gotten to this point.
Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
He's going to run it. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Might be changing the route. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking downfield on first down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He leaves it with his back. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They give it to him again. Breaks into the open. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Eastern Michigan surgical on offense right now. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Snowed under by the defense. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man in the middle.
This offense is trying to build on this lead right now, playing with tons of confidence. What a nice job there. Pass protection, quarterback doing a really great job, seeing the defense, reading the coverage, and being on the same page as his intended target. It's a big pickup for the offense, and here they go. They're trying to score more points.
Eastern Michigan will line up with a 1st and goal. Looking to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. 2nd and goal for this offense. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use a timeout instead. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to bully their way in. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. Right back to him on the ground. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it in. Goal line deep. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the catch. It's Blackwell. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback moving. Zings it complete to the right. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Between the uprights, it's good. And that lead...
Number 46, set to kick this one.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Running inside. It's Davis. Stopped in the backfield as his defense doesn't want to let anything slip through here late in the half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. Our first stop is with Kansas State taking on the number 1 team, the BYU Cougars. And it's BYU on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game inside the Glass Bowl. We are seeing what the coaches mean when they talk about winning all three phases: offense, defense, and here today, special teams. They've almost single-handedly given this team the lead so far. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the Glass Bowl.
Eastern Michigan will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special. And
bunch formation for these receivers. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. A little midweek action to keep you going. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Complete to the left.
the defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Blue. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision.
Maybe some room here. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Barnett. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? They're going to run it. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry. Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. He might want another play. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. And the Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. In the red area, it's Blue. Got enough space. Touchdown, Eagles. And the route is on. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Fires to the wideout. Got a man. It's Barnett. And he'll be brought down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. And he is brought... One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Takes the handoff. It's Blackwell. Makes it past the marker. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Touchdown, Eagles! And the punishment has been extended. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more...
Eastern Michigan's offense takes the field to get this drive started. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. He'll start this drive going to the air. He'll pull it down. Oh, he got loose. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Blackwell.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Eagles are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to him again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the move, it's Blackwell. And he's knocked down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Grant. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Found a little bit of room and picked up 8 before he was stopped, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. And the Eagles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to adjust the pattern. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Working that left side. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great coaching, and I feel like they could keep that 0 in the loss column all season long if they keep playing the way they did today.
That's going to do it for us as the Welcome to Eden Stadium in Athens, Ohio. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Eastern Michigan Eagles and the Ohio Bobcats. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Guys, Ohio's head coach told me before the game, one thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Looking for space, it's Blackwell.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Keep it on the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this 3rd down from deep in your own territory. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Blackwell. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. From the gun, give on the inside. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Eastern Michigan surgical on offense right now. They'll move the wide receiver. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Eastern Michigan. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Grabbed over the middle. It's Barnett. That'll be enough to move the sticks and give Eastern Michigan a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Blackwell. Might have a chance.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. The Eagles come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Offense changing the play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Eastern Michigan looking for that 4th down conversion. Going for the marker on the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Keeps it on the draw. That'll be enough to move the sticks and give Eastern Michigan a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running inside, it's Blackwell. There's some room. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. Eastern Michigan will line up with a 1st and goal. Going to the run, it's Blackwell. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. On the run, it's Blackwell. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Nice move to pick up yardage. He's piled up 87 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. The lone back's got it, and they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And he'll be brought down.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. That thing would have hit a string. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? Got a little grass. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Now the play fake. Under fire. And it's a sack.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is
turning it on. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st, an array of possibilities here. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, the defense finally hit.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They'll run for it. Inside the 45. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Really no drama at all to making that call and going for it on 4th down, and they make it pay off.
No drama. It'd be drama if you didn't go for it. If you were that big of a scaredy cat and you didn't want to go for it on 4th down, you need to find some other game to play.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Eagles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He wants to change this route. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Stop just short of the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and that'll set them up with a first down. The Eagles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. Finding some room. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Looking to fire. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Eagles! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The inside handoff. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Finds his way inside the 25-yard line. He's got enough for the first down. Mark it at the 24. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that...
Number 46, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Brown wants to pass. Finds his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. The Bobcats want to crank the tempo.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Throws for the tight end. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. This time on target. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. That pass is incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. A strike downfield. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Unloads it downfield. It's complete. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll send out the kicker here. They're on the left hash. You'll have no trouble with the distance, but that angle may give him an issue. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Are forced to settle for 3.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Handoff to the lone back. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. Let's get things popping with Maryland taking on the number 4 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Terrapins, setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. 2 teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. And that makes it 2 victories on the season. They're nowhere near their preseason goal, of course, so how they handle things from here will define this program. Back now to your game in Athens. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. And with that, let's send it back to our men at Payton Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Bobcats will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll put a stop to that return. Eastern Michigan's offense takes the field to get this drive started. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. And the Eagles, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The run inside. It's Blackwell. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Rushes on him. There he goes. That's a kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for room. It's Blackwell.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
He's got him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Eastern Michigan surgical on offense right now. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Blackwell.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call.
Maybe a crease. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. The give. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Midweek action for your viewing pleasure. It's 2nd and 10 here in the third quarter. Quarterback may change this route. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Running into the open space. They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be fourth down. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Dead center perfect. There is a flag on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, it might not change that much. Offense has already made the long field goal. Might be the worst-case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Isaac. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. They've methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Just drives. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding. There's a crease. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Finds his man. It's Isaac. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run play action. Unloads it left. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football, and sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long, and right there I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. It's good. He hit that one right. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. So thanks to the defense, they take over. Big lead in hand and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. After that last completion, it's second down. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Complete to the left. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. From the red zone, it's Blackwell. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan! And the beatdown has ensued. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Eastern Michigan's offense takes the field to get this drive started. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. He wants to start this drive with a pass. They tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Running inside, it's Blackwell. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered.
Already got a hand on it, it's blocked. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Going over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Give to the running back. They stop him right at the 25-yard line. That's well short of the first down, certainly in field goal range, but let's see what they do here. Trying to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rise? All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.